Galaw-gaw, kay harot-harot tingnan, maliksi, di mapigil ang gaslaw. Galaw-gaw, ang lahat ginagalaw, napakaharot at pakialam. Galaw-gaw.
Here from KORAPSYON, Philippines.
Itong mga employer, madalas mangyayari ito na hindi na pag-remit. Pero yung mga empleyado nila, bago sumayag sa palad nila kanilang sweldo, altas na. Now, since batas ito na nag-authorize ng mga employer, ang aktong yon ng employer ay akto na rin dapat ng SSS. So dapat kahit na hindi nag-remit yung kanilang mga empleyado o ang kanilang employer, ang benepisyo na nakukuha nila ng empleyado. Ano po ang tugon niyo yan?
Alam mo yung pagbabayad kasi regularly, merong kakambal kasi yan eh. Ang kakambal niyan yung tinatawag na investment fund. Kung bakit naman merong investment fund, dahil many years from now, meron kang obligasyon na ibibigay doon sa nagbayad. At yung obligasyon na yon will be 16 times doon sa binayad na yun. So yung 16 times na yon, kailangan mabawi mo yan sa pamamagitan ng investment. So yung kinaltasan, hindi niremit ng employer. Ang ibig sabihin doon na hindi mo mapapalaki yung perang in-invest. Kaya yung batas, sinasabi na kung meron kang delinquency, hindi mo binayad yung contribution, meron kang 3% a month, yung employer yung nagkulang doon sa pagre-remit na penalty. Okay? So, ang dami ng sitwasyon ngayon na halimbawa, piso yung utang ng employer, yung babayaran niyang penalty ay 100. And that's a big problem dahil kung minsan yung employer naman, ang may kasalanan daw yung kanyang treasurer, yung bookkeeper, hindi binabayad, walang kasalanan daw yung employer. So, yun ang dilemma natin ngayon. Paano mo babalansin ngayon? The fact na kailangan magbayad ng penalty, at the same time naman, meron naman siyang excuse. Yung batas, walang excuse. Kailangan magbayad ka dahil yung 3% na yun yung ipapatong para lumaki yung investment natin.
At yung punto ko, Mr. Chairman, yung employee na nagbayad pero hindi niremit ng employer, kaya pag nangangailangan siya ng kanyang benepisyo, hindi niya ma-apply.
Precisely yun ang sinasabi ko, yun ang kasalanan ng employer. Ang employee naman, hindi naka-record doon sa atin sa SSS, nagbayad siya. So how can we pay something na hindi naman nabayaran?
Ang isang punto ko lang doon.
Kaya nga importante ho yung tinatawag kong real-time posting para sa ganon, yung employee malaman niya agad na hindi pala sa binabayaran ng employer, hindi na umabot sa sitwasyon na yan. Pero pag siningin ho natin yan, sisingilin natin yung employer, eventually, babayaran ho ng employer, pero makukulong din siya at the same time.
Ayun sa pangalawa kong tanong, mabuti, binanggit mo yung chairman, no? Marines tayo gano'n, walang iwanan, walang may iwan. Ngayon, marami pong mga surviving o survivor spouse na kumbaga hindi binibigay sa kanila yung pension dahil ayon sa batas, kapag ang survivor spouse ay nag-asawang muli, maalis ang kanyang pension. Maraming kaso po, hindi nag-asawa common law relationship. No? Ang marriage ay may legal definition. And obviously, hindi kasama doon yung common law relationship. Ngayon, yung board, hindi kayo yung dating board, ang polisiyan na doon, mauliligan na nila. Pag may nag-report ng sa SSS, kung nag-pension na, ultimano kina-cut off na nila. Ano po ba ang magandang gawin ninyo dyan?
I-review namin yan, Kit. Hindi lang yan yung problema eh. Kuminsan, nag-asawa, nasa record yung pag-asawa niya. Tapos nag-iwalay.
Single na.
Tapos nagtrabaho siya, nag-asawa siya uli. And then, kasama ang palad, namatay siya. Ang nakalagay ito sa record namin, yung pangalawang asawa eh. Okay? So, doon namin sa atin bibigay. Kaso nag-iimbestiga rin yung SSS. Naraman namin na meron po ng first wife. So, ano yung problema ngayon? Meron kaming dinesisyonan, actually, Sa batas, ito yung first wife dapat. Pero nung pipirmahan ko na kasama ang case, naaalala kita eh. Kung mangyayari kay Kit ito, kanino ko ibibigay yung first wife o yung third wife? Or fourth wife? Salamat. Kaibigan tayo, kaya binibiro kita. What we decided there is the second wife. Kasi social protection law ito eh. Bakit mo ibibigay sa first wife na hindi mo na alam kung nasaan siya, baka nag-asawa na ng 2 beses o 3 beses, and then hahanapin pa ba ng SSS yun? Although sa record nakita ng SSS na may asawa siya. Pero sabi ko, ibigay na natin yon, responsibility ng commission to grant it. Palagay ko hindi na babalik yun. Kung babalik yan, lalabas yan. Patunayan niya, ikaw ba ang nagsaing, ikaw ba ang naglaba, ikaw ba ang nag-asikaso sa taong ito. What will be the justice there? Kung yung hindi nagsaing, hindi naglaba yung sa kanyang asawa, doon mo ibibigay yung pension. So if you were ako, kung ikaw ang ako, palagay ko yun din ang magiging decision. Ganito, yun yung mga problema yan. Magkakaroon kami ng workshop, yun ang sinasabi ko sa kanila. Na may mga sitwasyon na dumarating, iayos na natin lahat yan, ilagay na natin sa isang 2 o 3 volume ng libro, may index yan, pag may problema yan, titignan lang nila Commission Resolution number 1, pwede na yung second wife, Commission Resolution number 3, pwede na yung huwag naman siguro same-sex, ano? Gano'n ang sitwasyon. Napakarami yung problema dito. Well, actually, hindi problema matatawag kasi nga, pagpag-aaralan naman natin may address natin.
We'd like to acknowledge po the presence of our Commissioner, Diane Pardo Aguilar. She represents the employer sector, and also Mr. Commissioner Michael Regino. He's representing naman po the general public, the public sector. Mr. Chino Leco from Manila Bulletin.
May I know how's the fund now after the increase in contribution earlier this year? And is it sustainable or profitable with the fund?
Nagkaroon lang ng mga concern ang publiko, maging ang mga miyembro ng media sa financial na posisyon ng aming ahensya. Dahil sa nagdagdag kami ng benepisyo na 1,000 per month magmula ng simula nitong taong ito. At ang karagdagang benepisyo ay nangangahulugan ng additional na 2.5 billion pesos more or less na kabawasan sa aming pondo, buwan-buwan. Kaya ngayong magmula nang magbigay kami ng pension hike, ang kabuuang monthly benefit na ibinabayad ng aming ahensya sa aming mga kasapi ay over 14 billion pesos. Pero ito naman ang aking kasagutan sa mga nababahala. Totoo na lumaki ang gastusin, pero lumaki rin naman ang aming koleksyon. Ang aming pinagkakaabalahan ay masiguro na ang aming koleksyon ay nakakatapat sa gastusin na aming ibinabayad. Yung sources ng aming pondo ay galing sa contribution na may malaking bahagi. Pangalawa, galing sa investment income. No? Kung titingnan nyo ang aming resulta ngayong taon na aking ibabahagi sa inyo, yan ay nasa opening statement which we have distributed earlier on. Ang contribution collection namin ay tumaas ng almost 10% compared to similar period last year.
What period is that?
Ibig sabihin na higit na 1 bilyon buwan-buwan ang karagdagang na kolekta namin itong taon ito on the average. Nakapag-kolekta kami ng highest na collection na over 14 billion a month. No? Na kung noong mga nakaraang taon ay ating ihahambing yan, ay ang average lang last year anywhere from 11 to 12 billion, no, a month. So nakikita nyo na may progreso at may kahinatnan yung mga porsigido naming pag-iibayo sa pangungulekta na nangyari dahil sa Operation Tukhang, sa aming mapping, sa pagkikipag-ugnayan at pagpasok sa mga MOA with professional groups, kahit na sa inyo, sa hanay ng mga artista, at marami pang mga bagong inisyatibo na aming inilunsad. Ngayon, ang aming investment income ay tumaas ng 12.27%, no? Nakalikom na kami ng 18.35 billion, no?
As of what?
As of June 2017, as compared to 16.09 billion or 16 billion. So, tumaas kami ng 12.27% over last year. So, sa ngayon, almost yung revenue growth namin na binubuo ng contribution at investment income ay tumaas ng mahigit na 10 bahagdan or 10%.
Sir, expenditures, sir.
Yung expenditures, I don't have the number with me, pero mas maliit na reduce.
Despite the
Kasi
increase in pensions, sir.
from the beginning of this year, when we formulated our budget, the Commission had instructed management to reduce the operating expenses. Anyway, I have the numbers with me now. The expenditures, we have paid out a total of, actually, we incurred a total of 90 billion, divided between benefit payments of 86 billion and operating expense of only 4.3 billion. Alam niyo, sa batas namin nakatakda na we are allowed to spend as our operating expense 12% of our revenues. At pwede pang dagdagan ng 3% for a total of 15%. Ngayon, if you will compute yung aming 4 billion expenses over a revenue of 96 billion, napakababang porsyento niya.
So, sir, enough na yung...
4 over 96. So we have very favorable operating cost, no?
So, very comfortable yung financial static in the
Ang masasabi ko lang, kaya naming harapin yung additional benefit. In fact, hindi pa kami nag-i-impose ng additional contribution. Pero hindi kami pumapalya sa pagbabayad ng benepisyo.
So you will not ask any funding from the national government?
Wala sa aming kaisipan na humingi sa national government. Bigyan lang kami ng power para madagdagan namin ang kontribusyon, maitaas ang salary credit. Sa palagay ko yan ay sapat na upang natugunan pa namin kahit na yung karagdagang benepisyo pa na naipangako ng ating mahal na Pangulo.
Sir, yung investment income of 12%, is that enough? Are you happy with that number? Or you plan it?
The adjustment of
The investment income na 12%, is that...
hindi pa. We definitely would like to seek higher return, no? That's why our investment group, particularly our Investment Oversight Committee, headed by Commissioner Gabriel M here. Pompi.
So what's your answer? Do you plan to go overseas?
Well, that's part of our plans, but we'll be very prudent when we go into non-traditional investments. No? I will yield to our chairman.
Yung investment trust natin, we are changing drastically yung parameters. We are aggressively pursuing yung development ng mga real properties natin. So we are not in that big leap na yung mga properties natin dito matagal na hindi nakagalaw. Gagalawin na natin ngayon, and we are just trying to come up with the numbers kung ilan ang may contribute nitong joint development namin ng mga properties. But more than that, and I want to consult you, one example ng isang investment would be, for example, we say, we build this airport. Sabi natin kay Presidente, whether there is this tax reform or not, may pera ang SSS at JSIS para bilhin, parang gawin itong airport na ito. But we want that there will be a payment from the national government na kasama sa budget na at least bibigyan kami ng guarantee of 12 to 15% on a yearly basis. So, win-win ang government kasi hindi na maghahanap ng, hindi na mangungutang sa iba pa. Kung uutang man, uutang siya sa mga members. Kung magbabayad ang government, pupunta sa mga members. So we're looking in terms of mga 15% na additional yan. So yan ang mga things on the table, which will be the source of additional income. We are thinking also about yung price-linked contribution. Later siguro, the President can discuss that further. Kung hindi, halimbawa niya matouch, because he will be touching on other things, and we will be announcing it and we will be discussing it with you, where we envision to have income of about 40 billion a year dun sa aming simulation pag na-i-implement na natin yan. And we need the media, you, to help us in that activity dahil magiging malaki ang mga criticisms natin dyan. Not because the merit is not on good basis, but because marami tayong mga sasagasaang vested interest dito sa programa natin. So marami pa na we are still nasa final stages na, but once we implement this, and I hope please listen, because this is not just a press conference. This is one way of brainstorming with the public, and kayo yung representative eh. Kaya ako very sensitive when you talk, because you are the public. So please, listen to the media. Maski you are tired of my voice, but never be tired of the voices of the media.
It has something to do with investment, but my question is for Commissioner Alamin. Commissioner, I've heard that you're investigating itong tungkol sa investment ng SSS. Para po sa mga nakikinig at nanonood, bakit ninyo ito iniimbestigahan? May pera bang mula sa mga miyembro na namimiligro dito po sa issue ito?
Talaga, Henry, ha? Sumuso ka. Marami ka sigurong kaibigan dyan sa Malacanang. Bakit nalaman mo yan? You know, Henry, I'm not was not planning to discuss that here today, no? Sa happy occasion, 60th anniversary ng SSS. Pero, turo ng nanay ko, huwag magsinungaling, kasi ang pagsisunungaling daw, di ba, ay kapatid ng pagnanakaw. Since tinanong mo na yan, sagutin ko yung tanong mo, Henry. Yes, Henry, it is true, and I will ask paumanhin sa mga kasama ko dito sa komisyon, kasi I'm speaking now in my own personal capacity as chairman of the Investment Oversight Committee. Hindi pa nila nabasa lahat yung report ko, yung di pa nakabasa na. But since you've asked me that question, I will answer it. Yes, I am investigating corruption here at the SSS. Corruption at the highest level of management. Hindi sa commissioner, hindi sa presidente, hindi sa chairman. This corruption has something to do with our investment fund. It's the worst corruption you can think of. Ayaw ko munang sabihin, kasi meron pa akong hinihintay ng mga dokumento Alam kong nagbubura na sila ng mga dokumento, hindi nila alam na may kopya na. But let me tell you what I can announce so far. The ones that we have documents to prove it, to prove. There are people, employees here in the SSS, handling our stocks trading, tawag ng equities. Okay? Trillions yan, binibigay namin sa mga stockbroker. Kasi SSS is one of the biggest investors in equities. Itong mga empleyado na to, ginagamit din nila yung mga SSS brokers, yung accredited brokers ng SSS, para sa kanilang personal na trading. Henry, under our rules here, under corrupt practices law of the Republic of the Philippines, that is a clear conflict of interest. Okay? Yun, may dokumento na kami. But of course, these are still allegations at this point, di ba? It has to go through due process. At depending sa commission, anong action nila. But that is just the tip of the iceberg. And what even makes it worse, Henry, in this era of President Duterte, yung hinihingi ko yung mga dokumento, yung ibang dokumento ayaw pa ibigay agad. Iniibig pa. Ang daming excuse, privacy, whatever, di ba? Anong privacy? Na commission kami dito eh. We were put here by the President to watch over the funds. Hindi ko muna banggitin yung mga pangalan, because siguro naawala ako dahil anniversary ng SSS ngayon, baka bigla pa yung tatalon sa building dito. Pero some of them are here, and they know what they did. They know what they did. And if they have any decency, they should resign. Okay? So, if I get into trouble, it's because of you. But you're still my friend.
Hindi, pero sir, dahil pera ng miyembro ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, mahalagang malaman kung ano nangyayari dito sa institusyon. Magkano pinag-uusapan natin pondo at kasama ba ito sa unang-unang marching order sa inyo ng Pangulo, considering the fact that you were the social media director of President Duterte during the campaign period and one of his trusted men here in SSS?
Well, Henry, alam naman natin, the root of our problem in the Philippines is corruption. The drug problem is about corruption. If you don't have mayors, governors, even some scallywag, kung tawag ni Bato, General Bato, scallywag, policemen, hindi corrupt, tapos na yung drug problem na yan. Poverty is about corruption. Itong problema natin sa peace, NPA, M.I.S.M.O, NLF, this is about corruption. Alam mo naman, everyday yun ang sinasabi ng Presidente. He doesn't have to give us marching orders. But to clarify and to be fair naman, hindi nagagalaw yung pera ng SSS. Okay? Yung $500 billion, hindi yan nagagalaw. It's there. But there is a conflict of interest, Henry, when the person investing these funds for SSS is also using the same broker for his or personal account. Kasi magkakaroon siya ng special privileges, di ba? For example, IPO, short supply. Siyempre, pipiliin ng mga brokers sino yung favorite nila. So yung judgments nila ngayon are colored. Hindi na equal, hindi na pantay lahat ng stockbroker. Ito, iisipin nila ito. Ayaw pala muna sabihin baka burahin yung dokumento bibigay sa akin ng ganyan, therefore ipipavor ko siya. So in that sense, the performance of the fund could be affected. Pero hindi sabihin may nagnakaw ng pera o ano. Wala naman. To be fair, totally fair naman.
So linawin lang natin sa mga miyembro, walang nawawalang pera na involved sa corruption.
Walang nawawalang pera na involved sa corruption.
It's a matter of conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest and judgment clouded, which means if the judgment were objective, maybe the performance of the investment would be better. Remember, we are managing, I am head of the Investment Oversight Committee, that's $500 billion pesos. Ganun kayaman ang magagawang Pilipino kung ipagsama lahat yan. So if your return suffers by only 1%, That is 5 billion a
Sir,
year.
last question. If they are not going to resign, are you planning to file a case against those persons?
That is not my decision alone. We have due process here in the commission. It will go through the due process for the sake of fairness, but definitely I will push that they be removed here from SSS. But I'm saying, if they have any decency, they should resign. And in fact, I have recommended to the commission that we also study if this can be brought to the ombudsman and other possible outlets that we can see where really the truth is. But these people know the truth. You know, the documents that we have are documents that they themselves signed, that they engage in that trading. Pirma nila mismo, kada dito pinapa-declare namin na pag mag-trade ka, humingi ka ng approval dun sa superior mo. Nagpipirma sila. So alam namin, hindi invento yan. Sila mismo nagsasabi.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
Henry.
you, Henry, and we commend the Commissioner for that. Just want to point out, because we are all transparent here, yung sinabi ni Commissioner Lavinia na no single cent of our funds are touched by that. Okay? It's only, it's not only, it's conflict of interest. Pangatlo, will follow due process. Pangapat, if there are those who are liable here on the conflict of interest, itong mga tao natin dito as well as the brokers involved. The brokers involved will be unmasked because they don't have any business dealing with SSS. They will be unmasked. And I think the greater news here is people who we believe are of good reputation in business. They are the ones trying to corrupt our people here. Hindi yung SSS, but people from the outside. Kaya when we file cases, sasama ko natin dyan. And these people, at one time or another, I don't want to say these things. They may want to come back here. Kaya it's very, very unfortunate. Nakita ko yung report ni Commissioner, hindi pa namin na-discuss everybody. But it's good because we are starting the first 60 years and we need to cleanse our ranks. So we have to face it, whether it's good or bad picture, we have to face it because this kind of acceptance of reality will make us work for the better. So we don't want to be in self-denial here. We have to accept the reality, but this is the meaning of having anniversaries. Di ba, friend? The meaning of having anniversaries is to look at yourself for the last 60 years. Ano ba ang mga inadequacies mo? Try to repair it, and we have that courage, moral courage to do it. But of course, sabi nga ni Commissioner Lavinia, due process. Due process, and I agree with that. Alam naman ni Fred Gabot when we trying to cleanse PLM, di ba, Fred? Put my neck on the ground. He is a witness, is one of the professors here. So not all institutions have their own reasons to face the music. If the music is bad, the music is good, you must have the courage. So the commissioners should have the courage to face this music. Otherwise, we don't have any business staying here. There are no sacred cows, whether in SSS or outside SSS.
Ako po si Mami Yet Robles, ang mami at babaeng lagalag. At ito ang aking balita, news, para sa kaalaman ng buong Pilipinas at buong mundo, North, East, West, South. Hanggang sa muli!
At pakialam, galaw-gaw, kung tawagin siya